In the dating realm, I see two different groups of people. The first group of people consists of those types who never make a bold move. They never proclaim their feelings. They never showcase how they feel about another person because they are so terrified of having their hearts broken and they are so scared of being rejected that they cannot get themselves to make the move, to put themselves out there because the pain or the potential pain is too great for them to bear. Then you have the second group of people. And these types do the exact opposite. They proclaim their feelings all the time. They cannot be subtle. They cannot restrain themselves. All they do is run around saying, "Oh, I love you. I love you so much. Oh, let's get married." And they're not saying it in a joking manner. No, they're deathly serious because they cannot control themselves. And I know you've had an experience with these types of people. They put you back on your heels because they are scary. I'm more scared of these types than I am of the first type. But in any case, I want to discuss these two types because I think it's incredibly important to lay out why these two types of people exist in love and seduction and how you can incorporate both types into your authentic character in order to be more charismatic, more seductive, and to just have more fucking fun. Because that is my goal in this video, to show you how to have some more fun, to lighten up, to get that weight off your shoulders, to feel like you can fly again, just like you did when you were a kid. So let's dive into group one here. Group one, the type of people who cannot show any emotion. Why can't they show this emotion? Why can't they make a bold gesture or a bold move? Well, I can tell you from personal experience, as someone who was very scared, not cold, but scared, that the people who can't make a bold move are those who fear the social ramification of being rejected. I can tell you this again from personal experience because in my past, maybe a decade ago, I liked various girls, and they liked me in return, some of them at least, and I had ample opportunities to make a move. I had so many opportunities, I couldn't count them on 50 hands. I mean, seriously, they were lining it up on a silver platter for me, and I just did not get the hint. And then even once I got the hint, I still wouldn't make the move because I was so scared of what my friends would say. I thought they would make fun of me. I thought everyone in school would know. And then those people in school would look at me like I was a deplorable, like I was an untouchable, like I didn't have anything to offer them. This is the extrapolation I made in my mind. And that's what this first type of person does. They extrapolate out the fears of what actually comes at the end of making a move on someone they really like, someone they really have strong feelings for. They are so afraid of the social consequences that they can't get their feet out of the quicksand. Now, on the other hand, there's another subtype in this category, and that's the type of person who acts cold because they don't want to come on too strong. They think if they act cold, then they will actually get people to come to them. And this does work, right? This can work at times. But in my experience, as someone who also tried acting cold at the age of 18 or 19, after going through a few heartbreaks and recognizing that perhaps what I was doing was wrong, I was looking for an answer anywhere. And so I went on YouTube and I saw some red pill stuff and I saw some dating coach advice. And I was like, okay, yeah, act cold. Yeah, fair enough. Act cold. Act like you don't care. Act like you don't have any feelings. And so I tried that and it worked. But it didn't work that well because everything I got was short-lived and unsatisfying. And that's because acting cold will not get you the partner you want. Let's do a little thought experiment here. If you want to act cold towards somebody that you really like, say you could do that for a day or a week or a month, maybe a few months. Do you think you could do it for a year? Could you do it for 3 years, 5 years, 10, 20, 30, 40? Say you did. What would the quality of that relationship be? Do you think she wouldn't cheat on you? You think she wouldn't get tired of feeling like she was never listened to, that her fantasies were never indulged, that her mind was never occupied by fantasies of your romantic gestures? Do you really think that relationship would work? No, it wouldn't, because they never fucking do. They don't. Being cold can act well, or it can work well, rather, in short-term relationships. And I mean very short-term relationships. But inevitably, the mask falls off because you have feelings. You can't repress them forever. If you do, you will explode. And if you explode, then you're just going to blow the relationship anyway. So these types of people do this because they think it will help them, but it's actually sabotaging them. And they do this as a defense mechanism. They think it's going to lure people toward them because they're so mysterious and they're so aloof. But really what it does is it pushes a lot of people away because they say to themselves, oh, wow, he doesn't really say anything. There's not really anything going on in that mind. Maybe they're not cold because they're cool. Maybe they're cold because they're actually really scared or terrified. What's going on there? I don't really feel comfortable. And so people inevitably move away from them. But even the people that come in, those types that are very, very cold, that act like they are stone walls, they can never make the bold gesture that's required to actually seal the deal, to actually get the relationship moving, to actually blur the lines between reality and fiction. And that's why their relationships are always doomed to fail. I can tell you this because I was this person. It does not work. You can try it, of course. Perhaps it's a phase you have to go through, but I don't think it's going to work out very well for you. Just do that thought experiment we ran through about a minute and a half ago, however long it was. Play it out for yourself. Let me know what you find. Probably going to be the same thing. Now, with that being said, let's dive into the second group, the group of people that express their feelings super openly. Where does this come from? Well, this comes from a desire to please. People who express their feelings openly and honestly very quickly in a relationship are coming from a place of great insecurity. These are the flattering types. These are those that lay on the praise. The courtiers in the king's court who want to gain favor with the royal family. They lay on the praise. They put it on thick because they want to be promoted. They want to be the king or queen's favorite. These are the types of people you're dealing with here. And so those types who are so quick to say, oh, you're so great at this, or, oh, I love you, or let's get married, and they're not joking, they're not being playful, they're not doing it in a detached way. These are the types that need to please at all costs because they are afraid of the social ramifications of not pleasing. They are afraid of ruffling feathers. They are afraid of saying something that other people don't agree with, and they are afraid of being ostracized for doing so. So what you can see with these two groups is that they are both afraid at their core. Fear runs their lives at their core. You may think they have a positive quality in the fact that they're cold and detached, or that they're willing to be authentic and open. That may be positive on the surface, but if you dig just a little bit deeper, you recognize that these positive qualities, though they are positive or can be positive, they're actually being portrayed and they're actually manifesting themselves through an underlying state of fear and insecurity. And that's what I want to get across to you in this video, is that you don't have to be one or the other. And in fact, it's best not to be. The best way to go, in my experience, and through reading the stories of the greatest seducers, those who have had the most fulfilling love affairs in history, is that you want to be a combination of both. And this doesn't just go for love and dating. This goes for politics. This goes for in the workplace. This goes for with friends. This goes for the social game in general. You want to be a combination of both because you are a combination of both. You're not just cold and stoic. You're not just a warrior. You're also a poet. You're also romantic. You also have fantasies of sweeping a girl off her feet or being saved by the night. Whatever it is, you have fantasies of these things. You're both sides. And if you go through your past and you analyze it critically and you really take objective analysis of it, you will see that you have felt both sides of the spectrum in terms of your emotions. So why would you just be one character? Why would you just be one side? That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. And so what you need to be is a combination of both. To what degree? That's up for you to decide. I don't know. But if you can manage to blend both sides in, if you can manage to be both forthcoming and cold, if you can manage to pull yourself back and then go all the way in, you will create better relationships, and you will simply have more fun because you will not be so attached to the outcomes. You will be more attached to life, into the present, to the actual act of acting, because we are acting creatures on a grand stage, as Shakespeare would say. So with that being said, if you want me to dive more into how you can do this, comment down below. And if you gained value out of this video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. This is the New Da Vinci. Have a blessed day.